Sorry, Nina. It looks like I'll be getting home late again today.
This has been happening a lot lately, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's not much I can do about it, you know? It's almost the end of the year, so I keep getting invited out to all these company dinners and whatnot. The boss says it helps improve staff morale and builds our relationships with our valuable business partners. So I can't exactly say no.
I guess that makes sense. Still, it makes me a little jealous. I haven't been out for a nice dinner in a long time.
Believe me, you're not missing out on much. We aren't exactly holding these at the most high-class establishments, and these guys like to go a little crazy when it comes to drinks.
You've never been the best at holding your alcohol, so I can see how that might be a bit tough for you.
Tell me about it. At least they've stopped trying to get me to join in lately. I remember the first couple of times I went to one of those. They were practically forcing the stuff down my throat.
That was back when we first got married, right? Had you ever even had anything to drink before that?
No, that was my first time, other than the occasional glass of champagne here and there. It sure was one heck of an introduction. It felt like my hangover lasted for a whole week.
Looking back, it's kind of messed up how they did that to you. What's so fun about forcing drinks on someone who can't handle their booze?
I don't get it either. Since then, I've tried to shield the new hires from going through the same thing I went through whenever we have one of those dinners.
Speaking of drinking, it sounds like your mom's been indulging again recently, too.
What? How do you know?
There's a bar she likes to frequent that's right next door to the restaurant where my cousin works.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember you mentioning that before, actually.
Your mom still doesn't know, but I happened to bump into her one time when I went to visit my cousin at her work. But what gets me is that we've been sending her all that money lately. Do you think she's just been drinking it all away?
Well, Mom did always like her drinks.
I didn't want to assume the worst of her, but I really don't feel comfortable sending her money if she's just going to blow it all on booze. You told me we were sending it to her because she's been struggling to get by, right? If she can make ends meet and still afford to go out for drinks, I don't think we need to keep financially supporting her.
But it's not like we can just tell her to stop, you know? Even if she's got enough to pay for food and rent, it wouldn't feel right telling her just to drop one of her favorite pleasures. Besides, it's not like she's an alcoholic or anything. She just likes to enjoy a few drinks now and then. She's not hurting anybody.
I guess that's true. I wouldn't want to force her to live without any kind of stress relief. But from what my cousin told me, it sounds like she's been going up to 40 times a week. Don't you think that's a bit much?
She's been keeping count?
Well, no, but she usually texts me whenever she spots your mom coming and going. It seems like I get one from her almost every other day lately. I'd understand if it was a couple times a month, but she's practically a regular at that bar. I've been sending her around $1,000 of my own money every month, you know. If she's hitting that bar that frequently, I'd estimate that at least half of that is going towards her drinks.
That is a bit excessive. I'm sorry, Nina. If I were making a bit more at work, I'd be able to cover Mom's expenses myself without having to dip into your own spending money. Hopefully, I can get a raise one of these days.
I figure everyone goes through times of financial troubles now and then. If your mom really needs a helping hand, I don't mind giving it to her.
Aw, thanks, Nina. That really means a lot. I know my mom's grateful to you as well. She always asks me to thank you for her whenever we talk.
Well, if I'm really helping her, that's all well and good. I just wonder if she's spending too much of my helping hand money on drinks. Do you think you could mention that next time you speak with her? Just try to lay it on gently. Try suggesting she spend a bit more conservatively or something.
Well, I have tried suggesting that she avoid making too many inessential purchases.
Do you think that to her, booze is actually essential?
Maybe so.
I'm not joking. She might have a bit more of a drinking problem than you think. If she's been getting $1,000 a month on top of her normal income, I would think that she'd have a bit more saved up by now. She might not love this idea, but maybe she should start keeping a bank book.
I don't know, she's never really been one for sweating small details like that. Even if we got her one, I doubt she'd use it.
Don't you think she's been having so many money troubles because she's not paying attention to the small stuff, though? Part of the reason she needs extra money from us is because she's been trying to pay off her maxed out credit cards, right? Has she been making much progress on that? Has she said anything to you about it?
I haven't really asked her about that lately. Sorry. I'll be sure to bring it up next time we talk.
Thanks. It's kind of difficult for me to bring this up to her directly. I've been sending her all this money, so I feel like I have a right to have an idea of how she's been making use of it, you know? But it feels like I'd be prying too much if I just ask her straight to her face.
I totally get it. Oh, sorry you've been having to stress over all this stuff, Nina.
Oh, it's not really a huge deal. I haven't been losing sleep over it or anything. Besides, she's family. I want to do everything I can to make sure she's able to live comfortably and free of trouble. I just also want to make sure that she can live independently. I'm sure at least part of her isn't comfortable with relying too much on others.
That makes sense. I'll try to talk with her about what she can do to become financially independent as soon as possible. It's not like we can keep supporting her forever.
Thanks, Rob. Well, I'll let you get back to work now. Take care.
Alright, I love you, Nina.
Bye. Love you.
I'll be home late again today. Sorry, Nina. I forgot I agreed to go to the company New Year's Day dinner.
You guys are doing a dinner the very next day after your New Year's Eve party? Talk about overkill.
Yeah, but this should be the last one for a while. This last month's been pretty packed, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Hopefully tonight's dinner is a bit more low-key after how rowdy you said last night's party got.
Yeah, I hope so. I've been pretty busy with work too, so I've got a lot on my plate right now. Tomorrow's Saturday, but they're sending me out on an overnight trip to one of our branch offices.
Wow, really? You can't catch a break, can you? They've been running you ragged for months now.
You're telling me? It feels like I've been just barely making my deadlines lately with how much work they're throwing at me. I'm really gonna have to see about asking for that raise one of these days. Sorry I keep leaving you at home alone though, Nina. We haven't gone on a vacation together in ages, either.
I'm fine, Rob, really. I'm the one worrying about you here. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard? Pulling all these late-night dinners on top of your intense workload can't be good for your physical or mental health.
I'm doing just fine. Like I said, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Once I've gotten through this dinner and got these last few projects wrapped up, I should have a much lighter load for a while.
Well, that's good to hear. But now you mention it, I have been going a little stir-crazy being cooped up by myself at home all the time. It's been over 3 months since I've been anywhere outside of town. Most days I just go straight to work and back home again. My only other destinations lately have been the corner store and the supermarket. I really need a change of pace.
Why not go on a vacation someplace? See something new, have some fun, and clear your head?
What? You mean like by myself? If I was going to travel someplace, I'd rather we both go together.
I know, but I probably won't be able to wrap up all of my work for another month at least. I know you've been working hard too. You've been helping me send money to Mom and everything. You deserve to treat yourself for a change.
Are you sure? You're such a sweetie, Rob. Would you really be okay with me going on a little trip by myself?
Of course, I wouldn't suggest it if I wasn't okay with it. It's not like we're really starved for cash or anything, right?
Well, I suppose if I dip into my personal savings, it shouldn't be too bad.
Then you should do it. Go out and have some fun.
I can't really say no at this point, can I? A weekend down in Mexico sounds wonderful right about now.
Oh, nice. It's not too far away and shouldn't be too expensive either.
Oh, I am getting excited just thinking about it. I'll put in a hotel reservation right away.
By the way, Nina, there's just one little favor I have to ask of you.
A favor? What's up?
Do you think you could throw my mom an extra $500 next month on top of the usual $1,000?
What? She needs $1,500? What for?
Yeah, that's what she told me. She said her refrigerator broke the other day and she can't afford a new one right now. Sorry to have to ask you like this. I wish I could cover it myself.
I don't mind, but is an extra $500 really going to be enough? Fridges can be pretty expensive these days. It's been a while since I've been to her place, but I remember hers being pretty big. I think a replacement of the same size would cost at least $1,000?
Yeah, I guess so. But you know, she's been living on her own since my dad died. She probably just needs a small one for herself.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Okay, I'll be sure to include an extra $500 in next month's payment.
Are you sure?
I can't exactly refuse. A fridge is a pretty important daily necessity.
Aw, thank you so much, Nina. I'll be sure to let Mom know.
Thanks. Try to remind her to do her own savings too, okay?
A sure thing. I was thinking I'd pay her a visit one of these days, so I'll bring it up with her then.
Gotcha. Well, have fun at your dinner. Don't get too carried away with the drinks now. As if I even need to tell you that.
Thanks all the same. I'll do my best to get home as soon as I can. See you tonight, Nina.
Hi, Connie. It's been a while.
It sure has, Nina. I'm sorry about last weekend. I was spending a few nights at the resort spa with a friend. I heard from Rob that you two tried to drop by my place while I was gone. I told him that I had plans that weekend, but I swear that boy's always had a poor memory. He'd forget where his own head was if it wasn't attached to his shoulders.
No, don't worry about it. We should have made plans with you instead of just showing up at your front door out of the blue like that. We'll come visit again once Rob's work settles down a bit.
I would love that. I don't have any more plans for the time being, so feel free to just drop by whenever. You two are always welcome.
Sure thing. Thanks, Connie. I'm actually planning a short trip to Mexico this weekend. I'll pick you up a souvenir for the next time we come to visit.
Really? You're going to Mexico?
Yeah, just by myself. Rob's been busy with work, but he suggested I take a little solo vacation to clear my head. You like Mexican food and culture, right? I remember you had some little handcrafts on your bookshelves. Do you have any specific requests?
Oh, please, don't bother yourself with any of that, dear. You don't need to go wasting money on any baubles or spices.
Really, it's no trouble. I haven't been on vacation in ages, and buying souvenirs is part of the fun for me. Please don't hold back on my account.
I'm afraid I'll have to, dear. I'm sure the travel expenses will already be draining enough on you.
But it's just down over the border. It's not like I'm going to Paris or something. The hotel rates weren't too bad either. I was even able to score a guided tour in a package deal. All in all, it only cost around $400 for 3 days and 2 nights. Quite the bargain, I'd say.
You know, dear, there's something that's been bothering me. Would you allow me to speak my mind for a minute?
Sure, I guess. What's up?
Are you really sure that now is the time for you to be fooling around on a vacation? Even at those prices, it's still taking a bite out of your savings, isn't it? Not to mention the cost of plane tickets, food, and whatever else you decide to buy there. It might add up to a lot more than you'd expect.
What are you getting at?
I think you ought to sort out your basic living expenses before you start planning vacations. I haven't been sending you money every month for you to use it on things like this.
Excuse me? I'm the one that's been sending money to you. What do you mean you've been sending me money?
I beg your pardon? You've been sending money to me?
Yeah. I send you $1,000 every month. Rob told me to send you $1,500 this month because he said you needed a new refrigerator.
A refrigerator? Nina, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I've been sending you and Rob $1,000 every month since last August.
What?
What exactly is going on here?
Well, it sounds like we've both been sending each other monthly payments of $1,000 for the last few months.
Yes, it seems that way, but I'm afraid I haven't actually seen any payments from you deposited into my account.
Well, I actually transfer them into Rob's account first, and he takes care of it from there.
I've also been depositing the money into my son's account, but he told me that he'd send it to you. You don't think he's just been hoarding all of our money for himself, do you? But I don't think there's any other logical explanation.
I think you may be right.
It seems like he's really pulled one over on both of us. He told me you would get carried away with shopping sprees and didn't have enough money left to live on. So when you told me you were going on a vacation to Mexico, I assumed you were just going back to that old habit. Oh, I'm sorry I was so rude to you. I shouldn't have said that.
No, I should apologize too. He told me you had maxed out your credit cards and weren't able to pay them off. I heard from my cousin that she'd seen you bar hopping out in town, and I assumed that you weren't being responsible with the money I was sending you.
Oh, don't apologize, dear. At any rate, it sounds like that son of mine is the one who's to blame for this whole mess.
Yeah, you're right.
You realize what this means, right? Every month he's been getting a free $2,000. What do you think he's been doing with all that money?
I haven't noticed him making any big purchases lately. No TVs or fancy clothes or anything like that. He's been so busy with work lately, though, he doesn't usually come home until long after dinner. Truth be told, I haven't been seeing much of him lately at all. Connie, would you mind not telling Rob that we had this conversation for a little while? There's just something I'd like to confirm first. Over the last several months, he's managed to milk nearly $10,000 out of the both of us.
That's true. If I ask him directly, I doubt we'll get a clear answer as to where all of it went. My lips are sealed. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you in your investigation.
Hi, Rob. What are you up to right now?
Just taking it easy at home. How was your flight? No troubles getting through customs, I hope. How are you liking Mexico so far? Are you having fun?
Oh, I'm sure you've been having a lot more fun than I have.
What do you mean?
For a guy who supposedly can't handle his alcohol, it's amazing that you can drink like that. Do you really like her that much? Or do you actually enjoy drinking after all?
Nina, what are you talking about? You've completely lost me here.
I am not in Mexico right now.
What? Why not? What happened to your vacation?
I figure you'd be getting up to no good while I was away, so for the last week I've had someone keeping an eye on you. I never would have guessed you were off bar hopping with some young girl. That's what the money you were scamming off your mom and I was, wasn't it? You were using it to buy her presents and pay for her drinks.
What? Wait, what are you talking about? I am so confused right now.
You aren't fooling anyone anymore, Rob. I know you're in a bar right now. I found out after I hired a detective to keep tabs on you. I've got photographic proof and everything. You're busted.
Wait, are you watching me from somewhere?
Quit glancing around like an idiot. I'm not actually in the bar with you.
Then how can you see what I'm doing?
Oh, you're so predictable. I can see exactly what you look like right now, in my mind's eye. You really thought you were slick ripping off both me and your mom, huh? Did you seriously think we'd never find out?
Nina, I'm sorry, but you're misunderstanding the situation. This woman I'm with is a representative from one of our company's partners. She invited me out for drinks, and the boss told me I couldn't refuse.
Do you really expect me to believe that? Why on earth would you spend over $10,000 in less than a year on someone who's just a business partner? Is that seriously the best excuse you could come up with? Besides, I saw the texts on your phone too.
What? Did you seriously look through my phone without my permission?
It's not like I was deliberately digging through it. If you didn't want me to see it, try remember to turn the screen off before you fall asleep. Your texts with her were right there, front and center. You're such a cutie pie. I wish you were my girlfriend, Mary. Let's tie the knot already. Those are just the ones I remember off the top of my head, so don't pretend she's just some professional acquaintance.
Sorry, but she's just... how can I explain? You know...
What? Spit it out.
I'm not serious about her.
Oh, okay then. As if. That's an even worse excuse than before. Are you really that dumb? You lied to both me and your own mother and scammed us out of a lot of money. Do you think there's any possible excuse you could come up with that would justify wasting all of our money on some girl?
But she and I, we haven't done anything yet.
What do you mean, yet?
I mean, we aren't gonna do anything either.
Even though you were texting her saying how you wanted to make her your girlfriend?
Well, I just sort of said that in the moment, but I really wasn't serious about it.
That's not really something you should be saying at all, though. Did you forget that we were already married in the moment as well? If you want her to be your girlfriend, doesn't that also mean that you and I would have to get a divorce?
No, that's not it at all. I definitely don't want to divorce you, Nina, really.
So, you were just going to cheat on me with her then?
That's not it either. You aren't listening to me.
Whatever. There's really nothing you could say to save yourself now. I'm done with you. Like it or not, we're getting a divorce. Then you and her can fool around as much as you like.
No way, I don't want us to divorce. I'm really not serious about this girl at all, honestly. She's just a friend, that's all. I didn't actually ever want her to be anything more than that.
You'd scam your wife and mother out of their money to spend it on someone who's just a friend? I gave you that money to send it to your mom because you told me she was in trouble. I haven't been working to earn all of that just for you to blow it all trying to impress some girl barely over half your age.
Nina, I'm really sorry about everything. I promise I'll never set a foot inside a bar again.
I'm not saying I have a problem with you going to bars. That's not the issue here at all. Guys go to bars with their work friends all the time, right? But that's not exactly what you've been up to, is it?
Okay, I get it. I really messed up. I'm sorry. I swear, I'll reflect on my actions and make sure it never happens again. Oh, please, just don't split up with me, Nina.
Yeah, I don't think so. I trusted you when you told me that your mom needed help and that you would handle the payments from my account. You've completely shattered that trust. By the way, your mom told me that the reason you gave her for why she needed to send us money was because I was doing too much extravagant shopping? What a joke! I've been working as hard as I can to build up some decent savings in spite of the money you've been siphoning off of me. I think it's safe to say that you've irreversibly ruined your relationships with both me and your mom.
I'm really, truly sorry.
Say sorry as much as you like, but this isn't something you can fix with a simple apology. Even if you hadn't scammed us and just used your own money, I wouldn't be able to overlook those texts you sent to her. The fact that you stole our money on top of that is just the icing on the cake.
Nina, I'm so sorry about all of this. Please forgive me. I'll pay you and Mom back everything I took, I swear. I'll do whatever it takes to make it up to both of you.
Now you're just saying whatever you think will get you out of this, aren't you? I didn't think you were that much of a coward. I don't want to live with someone like you anymore. If you want to fool around with that girl, let's divorce first and then you can do whatever you like. I'm not sure how much fun you two will be able to have without me and your mom's money covering everything, though. Maybe you should ask her if she can wire some cash into your account. The path to our divorce after that was a rocky one, but thanks to Connie's no-nonsense attitude, Rob eventually gave in and signed the papers. I wondered for a while if I'd actually have been able to forgive him if he had been using his own money for everything. But when I thought about those texts, it seems obvious to me that he thought of her as more than just a friend. And I knew I'd never be able to look at him with the same way, regardless. He paid Connie and I back the $5,000 that he had scammed from us, and I came out of the divorce with most of our property, plus a hefty alimony payment. I also found out that before he started stealing money from us, Rob had gotten himself into some pretty serious credit card debt. I guess it never occurred to him to use our money to help pay it off, so he's still been struggling with it. Apparently, he hasn't been able to go on any dates lately since he's so hard up for the money these days. Sounds like that girl Mary hasn't been returning his calls lately. I guess there's no reason for her to give him the time of day now that his piggy bank's dried up. Now, all he's left with is crippling debt. I'm just glad he's not a part of my life anymore, personally. I moved to a new apartment right after the divorce was finalized. I'm ready to begin the next chapter of my life. I still think about Rob now and then, and a mixture of anger and sadness starts swirling in the pit of my stomach. But I'm sure as time goes by, I'll think about him less and less. Now that I don't have someone leeching off of my bank account, I can breathe a lot easier. I'm sure I'll forget the whole thing before too long. From now on, I'll just live how I like, putting myself first for a change. Maybe I'll even take that vacation down to Mexico after all. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave us a like and let us know your thoughts in a comment. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications for more videos like this one. We'll see you in the next video.
Hey, Catherine, how was your checkup at the doctor's office today? Did it go well?
Yeah, it went really well. There was nothing wrong with my body. The doctor said that the baby is doing really well too. The results from the tests and the measurements are all stable as well. I was told to just continue living well and healthy. There is nothing to be concerned about.
Is that so? I'm really relieved to hear that you and the baby are doing okay. It feels so surreal that the baby will be born in just 3 months' time. I can't believe it's happening so quickly.
You're right. It's so hard to believe that it has already been 7 months since I got pregnant with this baby. Time really flies. When I had my morning sickness, though, during the first couple of months, it was so bad, and each day felt so long, though.
Oh gosh, I remember that. I was really concerned you might pass out at that time. You had it really rough.
Right? That was so bad. I felt sick all the time. But I could get past it, thanks to you supporting me by my side through it all. Thank you so much for that. Johnny, you are the best.
What are you talking about? You're the one who had to go through all that struggle and discomfort. It's all props to you. And your biggest task is yet to come. I need you to take it easy now and prepare for the big moment, Catherine. It's gonna be tough work. Oh, by the way, you said you're going back home to my parents' place soon. Did you already get in touch with the hospital back home? Are you all set?
Yeah, I already got a referral letter from my hospital here. I'll be in good hands when I arrive there. But I'm not sure. You think it's really okay for me to go stay at your parents' place? I feel like it would be a burden on them. I'm worried if it's too much of a trouble for me to be there.
Nah, don't you worry about it. I'm sure it's not trouble for them at all. In fact, they're the ones who invited you to come stay with them anyways. So don't mind about a thing and use that time to fully relax, okay? They'll be happy to have you around.
Thanks. Yeah, if you say so. I'll take it as an opportunity to relax. I'm grateful for your parents too.
But to be honest, it did come as quite a surprise for the both of us, didn't it? Them offering you to come stay at their place. When I told them I wasn't going to be taking over their family business of owning a hotel, they were quite upset, and I can't say we were on great terms since then. We've not really spoken much ever since, so I thought they were still upset about that. But for them to invite you to stay with them, worrying that you might be having a pretty rough time during your pregnancy, was so unexpected. They even said they were sorry for acting cold all this time, saying that family matters and the baby coming are two separate things. That really caught me off guard. Truly, the power of a child is great. I must say I'm really happy though.
That's so true, you're right. I was really surprised when they invited me too. I'm really happy to have someone who cares and looks after me though. It feels so nice. I lost my parents when I was young and I had to live with my older brother, you know. Just the two of us for quite a while. It did get quite lonely for me. I never imagined I'd one day be able to have a home to go back to and parents to stay with. I have a lot to thank you for.
Oh, speaking of your brother, didn't he say he wanted to see the baby immediately after you gave birth? If you stay at my parents' place, it'd be hard for him to come see the baby right after, don't you think?
Don't worry, my brother said he'd take off work and come see the baby anyways, no matter where I would be.
Oh, is that so? I feel kind of bad to make him take off work, though.
Nah, it's okay. He's always busy with work anyways. So he said he's really grateful that I can stay with your parents and have someone to take care of me during this time, especially since he won't be around to do much. He said it makes him less worried knowing that I'll be in good hands. So thanks on his behalf.
That's true. It's so much better to have some people around right after giving birth, when you're all drowned. At our hotel, there should be a lot of employees around too, so you'll always have someone to rely on.
Right. And isn't it quite a leisure to go back home to a hotel room? I mean, it feels like I'm going on a vacation.
No, our hotel isn't like a 5-star hotel or anything. These days, they're not getting that many customers anyway, so they aren't busy. They have plenty of rooms open for you to stay in.
Is that so? Maybe this would be a good time to advertise them on my social media then. I'll show your hotel and spread the word. I do have quite a number of followers too. So maybe it'll be helpful, even if it's just a bit. Maybe they'll get more guests coming.
Nah, don't worry about it. If you offered to do that, my parents would gladly push you to do more. You'd end up posting on your social media all the time. They'd brag to other people that their daughter-in-law is an influencer.
Oh gosh, I'm definitely not an influencer, so that'd be a little too much. I just got a little more followers from going viral with my pregnancy stories. I just got lucky, I guess. Oh, I have an idea. What if we ask my brother to advertise your hotel in the magazine he makes? We'll make it really slight.
You really think it's a good idea? He's not writing for Time magazine.
You're right. It's all about celebrities, rumors, and gossips. But it is a normal tabloid magazine for the public, so I'm sure that an ad for a hotel wouldn't seem so out of place. It could help, I think.
No, I feel bad to use connections like that, especially since he is your brother. Well, if you're really satisfied with your stay back home, then maybe I'll ask. Just a maybe, though.
Okay then, just tell me anytime. Oh, by the way, I bought a book of names on my way home from the hospital today. We've got to decide on some names for the baby by now. We need to come up with a list.
Oh, wow, thanks. Yeah, you're right. We have to come up with some good names for a little girl. Let us come up with really cute names for our cute baby.
Yeah, let's take a look at the book together once you're home today. I'll save it until then.
All right, I'll be home early today, too. You don't have to work too hard, okay, Catherine? You have to take it easy.
Got it. Thanks, Johnny. But I'll be sure to have dinner ready when you're home. I can do that much.
You can take a rest when you get tired, okay? Don't overwork yourself.
Thanks, but I will be okay. Good luck with your work too, Johnny. I'll see you tonight.
Hey, Catherine, when will you get up? It is already past noon. What are you doing? Get changed already and help me with the cleaning. You are late.
I'm sorry, Mother. I just told Miss Sanchez, the employee here, a little earlier about my conditions, but I don't feel really well today. I actually feel pretty sick and nauseous.
Oh, it's probably just your lack of exercise every day. You don't move around enough. You can't just skip work because you are tired. I won't allow that kind of behavior.
No, really. I'm not trying to skip work because I'm tired. I feel really dizzy and I can't even stay standing up. I have to stay in bed and rest.
Well, it would go away once you start working and get your blood flowing. Can you not be so lazy just because you're pregnant? What do you think you came to our hotel for? To rest?
Well, Mother, I did intend on helping out with the hotel as much as I could, and I do want to be of help if I can. But honestly, it's just too much for me to work all day from morning to night without any breaks. It's really hard for me, especially with my body like this. So please, could you let me rest for a bit just for today? I'm really sorry about it, but I just don't think I can take it today. I am in my last month of pregnancy and my tummy is so big it's really uncomfortable now.
We are not going to let you eat without working for it. Nothing is free here. You have to work and earn it, you know? It does not matter if you're pregnant or not. We are all equal here. You have to work, and earn to pay for the time you are staying here at our hotel. It doesn't come for free.
Did you invite me here with the intention to make me work here?
What do you mean? I just suggested there's a place for you to come home to and stay. That's all. And how we use you here is our decision, isn't it? Our freedom. You have no right to say no.
I don't really want to say something like this to you, Mother, and I don't mean to be rude. This is really different from what we had been told when you offered for me to stay at your hotel so I can be in a good environment during the last stretch of my pregnancy. Did you trick us into this? I thought you invited me over because you wanted to see your granddaughter once she's born.
Oh gosh, I don't care what you might have expected here, but this is a hotel, a business. Which means guests come first. It doesn't matter if you're pregnant or not. You're here to work for your stay. So you better work hard as my son's wife. Plus, you didn't even get pregnant with a boy, am I right?
Yeah, the baby we're expecting is a girl. But does that have anything to do with this at all? Me having a baby girl?
Of course it does. Duh. If you'd been pregnant with a boy, he could have possibly been the heir of our hotel business. In that case, we would have treated you so well since we do want you to give birth to a healthy baby. But the reality is you're pregnant with a baby girl, not a boy. And since it's not a boy, it's not really a problem for you to work a bit hard here. We don't have to treat you so specially.
That is so terrible. The baby's gender has nothing to do with this. Whether the baby is a boy or a girl does not matter.
Well, you have yourself to thank for being pregnant with the baby girl.
If you say that much, you know what? I'm going home.
You think I would allow that? You think you're going to run away? There is no way a pregnant woman in her last month of pregnancy can run away from here anyways. I will send my husband over in seconds if you attempt to run away. If you don't want to get hurt, just shut up, listen to me, and work hard. There is no one here who can help you out. You should know that.
I will have Johnny come pick me up.
Well, you can take that route if you want to. But that's really unfortunate. Depending on how hard you work here now, I was going to stop telling my son to take over the family business. I was going to let him go free. If you go home now, we will cling on to Johnny forever and make him listen to us. He will never be free of our nagging. If you deem him even a bit important to you, why don't you put in a little bit of effort and get through this? All you have to do is work hard here. You are his wife, so you must care enough to do that much, right? Catherine, you have really screwed us over. What were you even thinking passing out in front of the guests like that? What if people start spreading weird rumors about our place? How will you pay for that? You can't even clean quietly without causing us trouble. You can't do that much for us.
You are making a pregnant woman work all day from morning to night every single day. It is no surprise that I would pass out. In fact, I would even argue that anyone would.
What is up with your deviant attitude? You are being rude to your mother-in-law. Don't call an ambulance just because you've passed out. It's no big deal. It surely made our guests uncomfortable and caused them trouble. It was really hard to settle them down after you'd passed out. You better come home from the hospital now. My husband is on his way to the hospital to pick you up. He's driving over now, so you better just listen to him and come home.
I can't believe you're saying such terrible things. This is the last straw. I'm going to bring this hotel to the ground.
What? What are you saying? Who do you think you are? Talking like that to your mother-in-law? Who do I think I am? I'm your beloved son. Hello. It's me, Mom, Johnny. Johnny? I thought this was Catherine's number. Are you pretending to be your son? Are you trying to fool us? No, it's really me, Mom. I came here to the hospital to see Catherine straight from my office. I just got here a while ago and I saw what you've been messaging her. I can't believe you treat her so terribly while I was away and couldn't know about the situation. It was so stupid of me to have trusted you two. I should have known when you changed your attitude towards us all of a sudden. So, this is really Johnny I'm talking to. For the 100th time, yes, it's Johnny, me, your son. I can't believe you overworked my wife, who is pregnant with our baby, to the point where she would pass out. I can't even begin to imagine how tired and drowned she must have been from all the work you made her do. I will never, ever forgive you two for doing this to her, to my wife. But Johnny, think about it. It is all your fault to begin with. It's your fault to have gone your way and done whatever you want without taking over our family business. You should have listened to us. It's because of you and your decisions that Catherine ended up like this. You have yourself to blame here.
If you are upset with me, why don't you take it out on me, not Catherine? Catherine has nothing to do with this. She had done nothing wrong to you two. I feel so bad that she had to be treated like this and go through something so terrible, especially during rough times like this. She was already going through a lot with her health conditions.
She is your wife. Of course she has something to do with this. If she'd been pregnant with a baby boy, there would have been some room for help. I would have changed my mind. But to be pregnant with a baby girl who can't even be a successor to our business, that is a meaningless pregnancy, in my opinion. Such a shame.
You can't say her pregnancy has no meaning. That is so rude. The baby in her tummy is a person too. How dare you say she's meaningless? You really don't care about Catherine and the baby she's carrying. In the worst case scenario, both Catherine and the baby girl could have lost their lives because of what you did to her. Don't you have enough humanity to care about things like that?
I really don't care, all right? I don't care what happens to your wife or the baby. It has nothing to do with us. It's none of our business.
You two are unbelievable. How can you be so heartless, with your own granddaughter on the way? I am no longer regarding you two as my parents. I will call you two out on what you did to my wife. I will expose you two in your business.
What? What are you saying?
Catherine's older brother works for a publication company. He's in charge of making these weekly tabloid magazines. You probably have seen it too. Timely enough, he said he's having a special article on the scandals of famous hotels in the next issue. In that article, I'm going to ask him to put in what you did to Catherine for everyone to read. It is in line with the hotel's scandal issue. In fact, it's great timing, actually. He said it's a piece of cake to insert that much. This story will be written on the side of the big scandal.
Wait, no, you can't do that. Are you being serious here? There is no way you can do something like that. To expose us in a magazine for everyone to read. There is no evidence that we were actually making Catherine work here anyways.
Well, Catherine really did pass out and had to be sent to the hospital. Look at us now. And there's the evidence of your messages you've been sending her, or more like threatening her. We even got a testimony from the guests who were there when Catherine passed out. I'm pretty sure that's enough to make it into an article and make it quite trustworthy.
A testimony from a guest who was there when she passed out. Who are you referring to?
Well, you and Dad might have been too busy explaining to other guests about the situation and trying to calm things down that you might not have even noticed. But the one who called the ambulance for Catherine was a hotel guest. And since no one was willing to go to the hospital with Catherine, she came along with her in the ambulance. I talked to that guest too and heard all about what happened at the hotel when she passed out. She said Catherine was crying out for help when she'd passed out.
Johnny, you really think it's a good idea to do this? To expose us like this? If that article goes out, a small hotel like ours would go down so quickly. Our business would plummet. Do you understand how serious this is?
Well, Mom, that is exactly why I'm doing this. You said you wanted Catherine to be in a safe environment when she's to give birth. You tricked us by saying that you wanted to help out with the baby once she's born. I believed what you said, and because of that, Catherine was overworked to the point where she even passed out. Do you not understand the extent of what you did? How terrible it was?
You don't care about what might happen to us in our business. Even though our hotel is pretty small, we have employees we have to look after. What would happen to all of their lives? Can you take responsibility for that?
I've heard from the workers who've been there for a long time. I was told that the salary has been going down year by year, and a lot of the employees have moved to other hotels for better pay. It was just a matter of time before your business went out, right? Sooner or later, you would have had to close down the hotel. So it shouldn't be so big of a problem if it goes out of business now. Actually, it probably would not be a problem at all for your employees. The only people who would suffer from that happening are you two, Mom and Dad. So give up. It's over. I'm not here to negotiate.
Catherine, please would you help us out? We are begging you, please. We really need your help. At this rate, our hotel is really going to go out of business. We are really having a hard time.
Hi, it's been a while since we've talked.
Catherine. Oh, Catherine, please. Tell tell your brother to take back the article in the magazine. Since the magazine went on sale, we haven't gotten any new reservations. It's affected our sales by a great amount. Plus, we've been getting calls and emails of complaints and slander. It's been really hard for us. If this continues, we are really going to go out of business. Our hotel would have to close down for good.
But Mother, isn't what's written in the article all true? Nothing was made up in that article. You did, in fact, make a pregnant woman work all day long without any breaks and pass out of fatigue in the end. That is the truth.
I am really sorry. I mean it. I want to apologize for that. I'm so sorry, Catherine. But you know, when I was pregnant, I was working all day just like you. It was the norm in our family. That's why I did the same to you. Can you see that?
To make a woman in her last month of pregnancy carry around heavy things is unforgivable. And let's not forget the fact that I had to do those things all day long, without a break, day in and day out.
But hey, you did all those things without complaining, right? If it was that hard for you, like you say, you did not have to do them to the point where you would pass out. You could have just stopped.
Excuse me. I did ask to take a break when I had it really bad, when I felt so dizzy and nauseous that I couldn't even stand up. But you're the one who didn't listen to me. And knowing how tired I was, you even made me promise to work hard if I didn't want you to nag my husband to take over the hotel business. And usually the other employees helped me out so I could handle it. But when I passed out, I was already not feeling well. But my father-in-law pushed me to work regardless.
Even then, even if you say so, you could have said something before being so tired that you would pass out.
Who are you to say that? You never ever listened to what I had to say. I complained so many times to you before, but you never listened to me. And now you're telling me that I should have said something?
This is because I was just so busy with work. I didn't have the time or space to listen to you. I was so overwhelmed with everything.
Well, that didn't really seem like the case to me. You clearly had no intention of listening to me. You only told me what to do.
Catherine, I am really sorry. I will never do something like this to you ever again. I will treat you right from now on.
Well, I am going to cut ties with you, so you won't be able to do something like this again to me.
Oh, no, please don't say such a thing. My husband and I are really sorry for doing something so immature. We are really regretting what we did. But because our son said he doesn't want to take over our family business, we were not in our right minds. We're really sorry.
Johnny stated he would not be taking over your family business years ago. Why now?
Well, it is because we didn't want to admit to the fact. Is it so terrible of us to wish for our son to take over the family business?
No, I don't think so. But even if he took over unwillingly because you'd forced him to do so, I don't think it would have been a good thing for either of you guys anyway. He had his own dreams to chase after. Even when his parents were against him going to college, he worked his way through college and made it on his own. Now he made his dream come true and has a job he's always dreamed of. I highly doubt you have any right to stop my husband's dreams and control his feelings.
But even then, we still wanted him to take over the family business. And if you could have suggested to my son to listen to us and do so, we'd not have to do something like this to you.
I will always be on his side and support him no matter what others say.
We will no longer tell our son to listen to us and take over the hotel business. So please, Catherine, in the next issue of the tabloid magazine, please make a statement saying our hotel isn't really as bad as it sounds.
That's not possible to do in my brother's magazine, at least. They just so happen to have a big scandal of another hotel to make an article about. That's why we could have him write about your hotel on the side. There's nothing more to write an article on this time around, so we can't make another statement in the magazine. If you want to be on a magazine so badly, please just go and post an ad in another travel magazine or something.
But we don't have the money to even do that right now. You know that.
Then please try and look for other things you could do to get your reputation back up. There is nothing more that we can do at this point.
Catherine, please, Is there really nothing you can do for us? Anything? At the very least, could you tell our son to support us and give us some funding? Really, our hotel is on the edge of going out of business at this point. If we keep on not getting any reservations, we are really going to have to close down the hotel.
I think that's actually for the best. A hotel that would forcefully overwork a woman in her last stretch of pregnancy should go out of business, in my opinion. A few months later, the hotel business of the parents-in-laws went out of business and closed down. They were losing their guests already anyways, and their service was not as good as other hotels to begin with. My husband even said they would have had to close down even if we did not expose them in an article. My parents-in-law were in debt from long periods of bad management, so now they're filing for voluntary bankruptcy. They did ask us for support and funding, but of course we said no. We had hoped that by giving birth to our child, our relationship with them would improve, but that opportunity was crushed by the actions of the parents-in-law. There will never be another opportunity for them, and we intend on never seeing them again. When my husband first got in touch with them, they said they really wanted to see their granddaughter. But it's just impossible to believe the words of those who'd betrayed us before. We will probably never let them see their granddaughter, ever. And as for me, after passing out, I went home and gave birth to my daughter at a hospital near our house. We made her go through so much because of our reasons. I doubt the environment in my tummy was comfortable for her to stay in. But I'm really happy that she was born healthy, regardless of the situation I put her through. And while I was recovering in the hospital after giving birth, my husband and my brother had moved our stuff to our new house. Our new place is close to my brother's house and is somewhere my parents-in-law do not know about, so I'm sure we can raise our child in peace. I lost my parents when I was still young, so I did have hopes of making a good relationship with my parents-in-law. If I just suffered through this, maybe they would approve of us. Maybe they'd come to peace with my husband. That was what I had hoped. But now I regret putting my daughter through so much danger because of my own hopes. From now on, I'm going to make my daughter my first priority and put her happiness before anything else. And establish a happy family with my husband. The things we wanted our parents to do for us, we're going to do them all for our daughter. Of course, we'll make sure not to be too much of a burden, but we will shower her with a lot of love. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you want more content like this.
Time to take what's rightfully mine. Your husband.
Ugh, what do you want exactly? You haven't messaged me in ages. Still completely immature and childish, I see. Have you matured at all since elementary school?
Of course not. I've always been perfect. Why would I need to change?
I don't think not changing is something to be proud of, but okay.
You should be grateful we're still friends after all this time. Not everyone gets that luxury. Consider it a blessing.
I feel like it's more a curse for some wrongdoing I can't remember.
You're being so cold. Are you seriously still upset with me? I didn't steal your boyfriend. He just chose me because I'm cuter. It's not my fault he made his own choices. Stop holding a grudge about stupid things like that.
I am not holding a grudge, really. I forgot all about that. I'm happy with my life right now, so I'm just not looking for anyone to mess it up.
Oh, cool. Good to hear you're having a great life. Unfortunately for you, though, I am about to steal that from you. Again.
What are you talking about? You really think you can just come in and steal my husband? That's not how it works.
Of course I can. I can do whatever I want. And I let you know already, so don't go off about me lying again. Oh, and don't be a sore loser, of course.
I don't even know how to respond to you. You've gotten way worse since we last talked.
You really had the audacity to try and hide a rich boy from me so I wouldn't take him. Oh, you're not a good friend. I heard he's a millionaire. I'm gonna have so much fun with this.
You heard what?
Oh, are you surprised? I know everything. Your husband just inherited a bunch of money, right?
Yeah, but how did you even hear that? I haven't told anyone and I don't think he has either.
Because I'm a genius. Nothing gets past me.
Just answer the question.
I don't know. It's kind of a secret, so I don't think I should be telling you. He might get mad at me.
Can you please stop with these childish games already?
I gave you a hint and everything, and you didn't notice. Not surprised. You were always oblivious to the world around you, Tara.
What are you talking about? You never even met my husband.
Oh, looks like you're not so dumb after all. You did pick up on my little hint. Actually, your husband and I are, how can I say this, very good friends.
What?
I mean, I was just messing around at first. I just wanted to upset you. But of course that changed now that he's got all that money.
Okay, slow down. I can't keep up with all of this.
That's because you're slow. And someone as slow as you doesn't deserve him or that money. I can steal anything I want from you in seconds. Be glad I let you have him this long.
I know you're lying. Knock it off. My husband isn't cheating. He would never do that.
What, you don't believe me? I didn't think you'd deny it. Where's all this confidence in him coming from?
Of course I'm not going to believe you, you idiot. He's my husband and we love each other. He's not going to just run off because you ask him to, even if you think that's how it works.
You're so naive. Look, it's simple. Men are easy to get. They're basically animals driven by instincts.
I'm sure some people out there are, but my husband is not. You shouldn't look down on half the population like that.
Men want the best of the best. Of course he'd leave someone like you for someone as adorable as me.
I don't believe you. You're lying.
Just accept it already. He'd never stay with someone like you given any real competition. All I have to do is walk in the room and I win. I'll give you a little bit of advice for your next relationship. Men prefer people who are straightforward. They also like trust, so accusing people of lying, not a good look for you.
Oh, shut up. I trust my husband. I wouldn't have married him if I thought he would betray me.
Still in denial. You're ridiculous. Just figure it out and start crying already. You're stressing me out trying to explain this to you. Knock it off. Keep going and I might have to take you to court for emotional distress. I'm heading out for now. You're giving me a headache. See you later, sweetie. Talk to you later.
My name is Tara, and I'm 32 years old. It's been a while since we've talked, but recently an old childhood friend of mine, Haley, contacted me. We were pretty close when we were younger. She lived next door, so we would always play together after school. But that all changed once we got to middle school. She went through a personality change of sorts. If she wants something, she takes it. And she wants everything I have. Anything she thinks she can get and anything she knows will upset someone. Because of the fights and drama she caused, we grew apart. Because of her pretty face, she's always been popular with the boys and dated basically everyone in the grade at one point or another. In high school, she even had made my boyfriend cheat on me with her. A few different times. It's not a good memory, so I'd rather not get too deep into that story, though. After graduation, I went off to college and we basically stopped talking for good. So, I was extremely shocked when she suddenly contacted me again about my husband. I won't lie, it made me nervous. She does have a history of stealing from me, so it's not like she doesn't have the ability to do it. But I choose to believe my husband, and I won't let this get between us. But of course, it couldn't end so easily. Haley came back in full force.
How's my latest victim going? Have you guys got a divorce yet?
Hello again? No.
Dang, my man is being super lazy and slow. We're getting married, don't you know? I'm so excited. I'm finally getting married and replacing you at the same time.
You seem to think I'm just going to believe everything you tell me? Stop boring me with your little made-up stories. I grew out of them a long time ago.
OMG, are you still in denial? Just accept it already, girl.
I won't lie, after our first chat, I was a bit nervous. I asked my husband, but of course he had no idea what you were talking about. I even brought your name up, and all I got was a, "Who the heck is that?"
He's a great actor, isn't he? Even though we had such a nice time together last night. You should have seen it. Very passionate.
Okay, I still don't believe you.
You will when he finally hands you the divorce papers and leaves your sorry butt. I'm not surprised since you're an idiot, but it's still a bummer having to convince you. There's a time and a place to give up, you know, and that time is now.
I'm not giving up because of another stupid story.
Well, have it your way. I've set up a little something for you. Where are you right now, anyway? Are you still not home?
No, I'm on my way home right now. Why do you ask? You don't even know where I live.
I saw you on your way home a while back, so I followed you. So yes, I do know where you live now.
You followed me? Dude, that is stalking. You can't just do that.
Whatever. Save the lecture for later. Hurry up. I can't wait to see your face.
I don't understand what you're talking about. Wait. What is this? Haley? Haley? What?
Oh, I assume that means you got home. It's a lovely present from your best friend. Isn't it lovely? What do you think? I think it suits you well.
You ruined my car? What is this? Spray paint? Oh, this better come off or I swear to God, Haley. Wait, what's all this garbage? There's garbage bags all over my lawn. What the hell?
Aw, you don't like it. It's another part of the present. There's one more, you gotta see that too. Come on, hurry up. Go to the door.
Oh, dear God, what have you done with my door? It won't open. What have you done?
Oh, well, I really wanted to get inside, you see. There's a lot of stuff I wanted to do inside. I heard on TV once that if you use a hairpin and screwdriver, you can easily open a locked door, so I looked it up and figured it out.
You picked the lock? Haley, that's a crime. You broke into my house?
Oh, don't exaggerate. It's your fault anyways. You've got to take some responsibility for this.
How is this my fault? I have done absolutely nothing to you.
You really don't know when to give up. Stop playing the victim already. It's so annoying. Anyway, I assume after this you'll understand that I'm serious. Just sign the divorce papers and we can get this over with. Leave your husband to me. Don't worry, I'll take good care of him.
I hate you. You're awful.
So are you. Anyways, this was still just an appetizer. The main course will arrive soon. I've sent something to you, so keep your eyes peeled. It should be there any minute. Actually, it might already be there.
There's more? I can't believe this. What's this envelope?
Open it, come on. Do you like it? It's a photo of me and my precious man when we first met. There's some more recent ones in there too, though. Aren't we so cute together?
Color me surprised. I guess.
Do you give in finally? Have I won? You're not responding. Maybe you're in shock. Don't cry about it for too long. I need you to sign the divorce papers so I can get on with my new rich life. Hello again. I'm finally married, just as it should be.
Is that so?
Sucks to be you. I guess now I can get all this money too. You must be so jealous. It's all perfectly legal too, so all of that money is mine. Not a single cent will go to you.
I haven't signed any divorce papers, though. So, okay, you're not getting anything.
There's no point in lying. I already know you did. We got married. We couldn't do that unless you guys were divorced.
Uh-huh. You know, those pictures you sent me in the mail weren't even pictures of my husband, right?
Huh?
And my husband is sitting right next to me reading this chat, and he still has no idea who you are, and we're still married?
What are you talking about? You can't lie to me. I know Chris was your husband.
That is my ex-husband. We divorced about 3 years ago.
You're joking, right? No. Of course you are. His last name is on your mailbox. It says right there, Chris Brown.
Well, Brown is like one of the most common last names, you know? My new husband's last name is also Brown, and he's the love of my life, and he'd never cheat on me, as I already said.
But then, no, that can't be true. That's impossible. What are the odds of that?
It's not that odd. Have you ever looked at a phone book?
I mean, I have, but still.
I really thought for a short time you were trying to steal Ryan from me. But it turned out you were all hot air like usual. You're free to help yourself to Chris. There's plenty of good reasons I'm not with him.
Wait, no. Wait, what about the money, though? Didn't Chris get millions from his father? That's all I need.
No, that's my current husband. Ryan's father passed recently.
No, I don't believe you. Why am I hanging out with Chris if he doesn't even have any money? I was certain he was your rich husband.
Honestly, I'm shocked you went through with an entire engagement without even being 100% sure it was the right person. Did you not even ask him? I know you're impulsive, but even for you, that's shocking. But congrats on the new man.
Don't congratulate me. You know this isn't what I wanted. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? If you saw the pictures, you should have told me then. But you just let me believe the lies and then didn't tell me about your new husband?
It's not my responsibility to tell you. And with the way you've been acting, I didn't feel like doing you any favors. Besides, I didn't realize until yesterday when you sent the pictures that you had the wrong person.
How could you let me do this? You're horrible. Oh, don't act like you're better than me just because you tricked me. You only married Ryan for the money, too. You're the exact same as me.
Oh, don't lump me in with someone like you. We only heard about this inheritance about 3 weeks ago. We were both completely shocked. Unlike you, I am not driven by stupid stuff like that. When I married Ryan, I did it out of love, not to get something from him.
I don't believe you.
I don't care if you believe me. But anyways, have a nice life with Chris. Oh, but be warned, he doesn't have a job and does nothing but gamble and drink, so he doesn't have much money to do anything. Oh, and he's also a big fan of cheating. You two will be perfect together.
What? Are you serious?
Did you seriously not know anything about him? You just assumed he was a good person, since I used to be married to him and went ahead with everything without checking? That's just crazy.
He must have been on his best behavior because I'm so cute and he didn't want to mess it up. But he was lying to me. I can't believe this. What was the point of all of this if I don't get the money?
Usually, people are more sneaky about wanting nothing but money, but you're just saying it outright. It's honestly impressive. But that's what got you in this mess, so I can't say I'm jealous of your honesty.
Stop mugging me. This isn't the end of this. I'm not letting someone that rich get away from me. I'll just do what I did to get Chris. I'll play dumb and romantic, pretend I know nothing about the money.
Oh, that makes sense. I guess that explains why you didn't find out he had no money. You didn't want to ask him.
Shut up! Why the heck didn't you tell me you divorced Chris? Were you trying to hurt me?
Not really. It was just easier for me to stay out of it and let everything run its course. Pretending I didn't know about this was easier too.
I can't believe this.
Oh, well, Chris messaged me a little while ago about the wedding. I didn't feel like explaining the entire story again to you or him, so I just played along so he would leave me alone. Looks like he lied to you too and said he had a family, right? That gave him an excuse for never having cash on him. That's why you ended up paying for all of your dinners and dates, right?
He said that his wife was using up all of his money, which I thought was you.
You thought you were using Chris, but in the end, I guess he was using you. Actually, he even admitted to me that he was using you. He said he found some bimbo who wanted to marry him so bad she'd do anything.
What? Are you serious?
I guess he wants to have an easy life making you support him. He's always been a little parasite. You were both looking for each other's money. You're so alike.
Well, he's not getting it. If he doesn't have any money and is that useless, then we're getting a divorce immediately.
Split up just as fast as you got together. Interesting. Anyway, I've answered enough of your questions. Answer mine now. How did you hear about Ryan's inheritance in the first place? I'm fairly certain we don't have any shared friends or even work connections.
Well, I already said, right? It's sort of a secret.
You were eavesdropping, right? Well, I guess that's a nice way of putting it.
Huh?
Turns out you visited my parents' house quite a bit. I talked to them over the phone about the inheritance a while back. My mother told me that you were coming by all the time and she caught you hanging out in the hall when she was on the phone loads of times.
Okay, but it wasn't really eavesdropping. I just happened to hear you, you know?
Yeah, sure. You just happened to be chilling in the hallway whenever they were on the phone. You're so full of it.
Well, your mother's definitely got dementia and she never seems to be properly focused. You've always been so nice to me, so I thought I'd repay the favor by keeping her company.
As if I'd believe that. It's not hard to figure out, Haley. You were sucking up to her so you could steal her money, right?
No, absolutely not. I would never do that.
There's no point in lying. We already know you were stealing whatever you found lying around while you were there anyway.
You can't listen to an old lady about stuff like that. There's no proof I ever took anything. She's an old hag who doesn't know her knees from her elbows, much less where she put her wallet.
Okay, that is quite enough. Besides, she doesn't have dementia. She may be old, but her mental state isn't any worse than when she was younger. She remembers everything, clearly, speaks fine, and takes care of herself. She has 0 signs of dementia. That's something you made up as an excuse.
No way! That skink is so old she's got to have something.
You have no respect for the elderly. But then again, that's not shocking.
Well, that's fine, because you still don't have any proof I ever stole. Sucks to be you, but your mother guessing I was eavesdropping isn't exactly good evidence.
I didn't say that's all that I had. I heard you were visiting them at the end of last month, so I set up cameras. I have video footage of you stealing from my family. Is that enough proof for you? I'm bringing it to the police.
Wait, what? No, wait, no, don't do that.
Oh, and of course I have pictures and proof of what you did to me as well. You broke my door, ruined my car, and threw trash all over my yard.
Wait, no, I can't get arrested. That's scary. And I'd lose my job. Please, just don't take it to the police.
You're right. I'm sure a company like yours wouldn't want a criminal on their team. You'll definitely be fired. Your parents might even disown you. But that's not my problem. That's just the consequences of your own actions.
No, please, don't turn me in. Look, okay, I'll be honest. I already quit my job. I thought that I wouldn't need to work anymore. I thought for sure that inheritance was mine. But I messed up bad, so please don't turn me in. If you do that, everyone will know I'm a criminal, and then it's going to be so much harder to find a guy.
That's what you're worried about?
Of course I am. What else am I supposed to do with my life if not find a rich guy? That's my talent. I can make any man fall for me in seconds, but if they know what I've done, then they won't want to be with me.
For a moment, I really thought you were sorry. But it's you, so of course, in the end, you're worried about your appearance and dating over everything else?
Shut up. No, wait. I mean, I'm really sorry. Please, let me apologize again. I am going to take some time to think about what I've done, and I'll try and change. Please, we can talk this out. Please, just don't take this to the police.
You aren't going to change. That's pretty obvious. You can say sorry, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't actually realize what you've done. Oh, and by the way, I will be suing you as well.
What? For what? You can't sue me.
Well, there's a few things. First of all, emotional distress. I have proof you dated Chris the same time as me, right? You knew him even before we divorced. Also, you destroyed my yard. It was a lot of money to get all of that fixed and a lot of time. I want my money back for all of that.
Why do you care about that? You left him 3 years ago, didn't you? I'm not gonna believe you anyway. Pretty sure after 3 years you can't file for emotional distress. There's gotta be a statute of limitations on things like that.
The law is that you can file as long as it's been less than 1 year since you found out the information or fact that caused it. So basically, I can prove I only just learned it, and so I can definitely sue.
Well, it doesn't matter because I was wrong anyway. Looking back at the dates, I only started seeing him after you got divorced, so no harm done.
No point trying to cover up your tracks. The pictures you sent me have time and dates on them, so I already have all the proof I need. It wasn't even difficult for me to get all the proof. You sent it right to me. For once, I'll actually thank you for making it so easy to gather all of this.
I hate you!
And the truth comes out.
You're horrible. But, anyway, you already got all the money, right? You won't even have to work anymore, so please just ignore this and move on.
I am not doing this for the money. I'm doing this out of principle. Besides, I'm not getting that inheritance money either.
Wait, what? Why not?
Because he didn't have the money in the first place. He may have had a big company and been rich in his younger years, but once he developed dementia, it all went downhill. The company even went bankrupt.
What? So it was all just a giant lie by some old dude?
I guess since he was so mentally ill, he didn't realize he had no more money to give. He still believed he was some rich big shot, so he asked that all his money be given to his family once he was gone. Then there wasn't any money to give. It was all a mistake.
I can't believe this. I did all of this and it was for nothing? I wouldn't have gotten it anyway. Some old stupid man just lied and now I'm stuck with some deadbeat. I hate this.
It's not his fault. He didn't lie. Besides, you went off some rumor. You didn't even bother to check you had the right person and rushed into all of this. He didn't mean to deceive us. He just didn't realize he had no money to give. He may not have left a proper will behind, but he did leave a letter saying goodbye to his family.
I don't care about that. Oh my god, if you didn't have the money, you should have said so from the start. You're such a liar.
I only just learned about it today. I was so suspicious from the start, so I didn't say anything, but only today did I learn for certain that he was broke. It's your fault for being money hungry.
Who cares? Everyone wants money. That's what you need to get by in this world. Don't act like you're any better.
Everyone needs money, but that's not all there is to life. It can corrupt people easily, and you're a good example of that.
Oh, shut up.
Since you were so kind and gave me some advice previously, I suppose I'll give you some of my own. If you want to be happy in this life, try making actual connections with people, yeah? If you think about love and not about money, you will be a much more fulfilled person.
Don't lecture me, you harpy. Sorry, that was a bit out of line. I'm a bit emotional right now. Please forgive me. I'm really sorry. What am I going to do?
I don't know. Cooperate with the police, give me my money, then figure out the rest by yourself.
No, I don't have any money, and I didn't do anything wrong. I don't want to talk to the police. What if I go to jail?
Well, you would deserve it. You did something bad, you hurt someone, now you have to deal with the consequences. That's all there is to it. And no, I'm not going to forgive you. Not now, not ever. Never talk to me or anyone I love ever again. I want you out of my life.
Okay, that's okay. I can do that, so please just don't file the police reports and I'll leave you alone for good.
No way. It's not up for discussion, sorry. See ya, or I guess goodbye for good.
Please, I don't have any money. Please, forgive me.
After that, I went straight to the police and filed a report. They caught Haley quickly, and she was forced to pay a fine for the damage she did to our property. She also was required to pay my parents back for the things she had stolen from them. In order to pay the money, she had to get another job, since she left her good one, but with her charges, she had trouble finding anyone who would hire her. Eventually, she managed to find an overnight job and is currently working there. I haven't seen her since, but that's just how I wanted it to be. I'm enjoying my life with my new husband. We're living together happily. I heard Haley was unable to divorce Chris due to her financial situation, and now they're both living together trying to earn enough for rent. They do nothing but fight according to their neighbors, but that's not my problem anymore. Today, me and Ryan are going shopping together. We gotta prepare for the new family member due to arrive in 8 or 9 months. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time.